Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 12 p.m. R9 Tech Bits mini-series. My name is April Frost, and we have an exciting day planned, or time together planned, and today we're going to be, can y'all see my screen okay before I start? I am so sorry. Okay. Awesome. So we'll just going to go through our quick little Bitmoji PowerPoint presentation. My name is April Frost. This is the TechBit mini-series, which is about 30 minutes that we carve out each week to learn something new. Today's lesson, we're going to be talking about Google Sheets, continuing our journey with Google Sheets, and learning about simple and complex formulas today. So what are some outcomes of the mini-series? It's to become more and more familiar with Google Suites and other technology resources. R9 folks, we mainly live in Google, in the Google world. So a lot of times we focus on the Google Suites in our area. We want to identify ways to utilize these tools, and you're working in your classroom possibly. Make sure that we know how to set up our tools, our new tools, and practice and play together. So what are some tech norms? As far as participation, everybody participate. You can always choose to pass. I do call on individuals to share their screen sometimes and practice and play together. So if you're feeling daring or like you want to take a risk, this is a safe space for all of us. So we want to make sure that we are open and honest. Don't be afraid to take those risks. Respect and appreciate and look forward to those different ideas that each of us have and how we utilize them. This technology in our everyday life. So on each of the PowerPoint presentations that are housed on the R9 master schedule, you'll see my notes, and as well as this PowerPoint presentation. It's going to have several different resource links. So I have I've kind of narrowed it down and found some interesting videos, so make sure that you check them out. And then also at the end of each of these presentations, I have my contact information in case you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback. I love feedback, good, bad, or whatever. I always like hearing from everybody. So let me escape out of here. All right, we still seeing my screen? Okay, awesome. So the notes, if you are a person that needs to read step by step, what I've done is I've created this little note sheet, and it's going to walk through kind of hopefully what we can get through today. All right. So we are going to be learning more about creating simple formulas and complex formulas in Google Sheets. Quick poll of the audience. Do we all know how to get to our Google Sheets? And you can chat this in. Yes. Okay. I see a thumbs up. So I don't have to go back and explain how to get there, which is good. We're just going to kind of go into a spreadsheet and start playing. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited about today's lesson. I'm going to share in the chat area this Google Doc. Now keep in mind this is open to everybody, but when we all start playing in it together and messing around with the formulas, we may get on top of each other as we're collaborating. So maybe go ahead and get into this document, but make a copy if you're one of those persons that likes to just go crazy and on your own and figure things out. Okay, that's my suggestion. So here we are. I have a basic, and I know this has nothing to do with, but I found it online, and it's a basic sheet, paper supply order sheet that's created. And when creating formulas, so when we're in Google Sheets or Excel, everything's in columns and rows, right? On the top, you have A, B, C, D. On the sides, you're going to have your numeric. And then each of these areas, these cells tie together and talk to each other. And so spreadsheets are awesome for organizing data and pulling out information and numbers quickly. So calculating things quickly. And as you can see, we have a simple spreadsheet, and I want to practice with you. Does everybody know the mathematical operations that we use? when creating a formula. I know it's kind of a technical term, but you do know them. Okay, so what they are, operations, are your plus sign, your subtraction sign. What sign do we use for multiplication? Asterisk, right? Okay. What sign do we use on the computer for division?
Slash.
A slash. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so those are all just different mathematical operations or orders of operation that this program uses in order to calculate. Okay, and it has to be done in a certain sequence. So as you get into more complex formulas, and when I say complex formulas, basically what that means is that we're having it do more than one thing. So we may have it adding and then multiplying. Okay, and when we're working with complex formulas, it's important to remember. Please remember my dear Aunt Sally. Do y'all remember that from math class? Kind of. But it's the order of mathematical operation. So basically, it's always going to read your formula, your complex formula, in a certain way. So it has please is parentheses, right? And please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Thank you. Did I say remember? It's because I was trying to remember the thing. But please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So you have please, and the please is for parentheses. So anything in parentheses in a complex formula, it's going to grab that first. It's going to say, hey, look over here first. You're going to take care of this formula. I mean, this area first before you move on to the other operations. So I think excuse is like exponents, right? My is multiplication. Dear is division, right? What's A? I can't remember what A is. Asterisk, addition. Duh. And then Sally, what's Sally? I love Tessa, subtraction. Okay, so it kind of takes those and blocks those into that sort of order. So when we're thinking of complex formulas, we want to keep that, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, in our brain, because it's going to be that roadmap of how it's going to calculate your formula. Okay. All right. So here we go. So here's, I have simple formulas on the first tab, and we're going to kind of play in this area. And then I have tab 2, you have a challenge. And that's where I'd like to do a share screen possibly, and then have somebody basically, that's me, or maybe somebody already did it. I don't know, but we're gonna walk away from that one. Okay, so simple formulas. So if I wanted to create a formula, and I basically have my June budget and July budget, right? 1,500 and 1,200. And I want to just create a simple formula and add these 2 months together. How would I initiate the command to start a formula in Google Sheets?
Equal?
Yes, perfect. That's perfect. So what you want to do, there's always several ways to do this, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to show you the real basic way. You want to begin with an equal sign, right? And then if I wanted to, I could now equal sign, I'm telling it, hey, we're going to create a formula, right? Telling the program we're going to create a formula. Now I can manually type these in, okay? And I can put my plus sign, and then 1,200. Click enter, and it adds it up. That's one way, right? If I wanted to do it again, okay, and I want to basically do cell recognition, which makes it a little bit quicker. And that just basically means I'm going to click on the cell. So equal sign, and then I'm going to hit D10, right? And I'm going to click on D11. Oops, D10. I'm sorry, plus plus D11, and then hit my enter. And I basically accomplished the same thing. Okay. The other kind of way that you can do that quickly is equal, and then I wonder, and that just, nope, that's not gonna work. I thought I could maybe sum it. But if I play with this button over here, my functions button, I should be able to just sum and click and highlight. And so that did it a little bit differently. Did you see that? I don't know if you can see that at the top, but it says equals sum, and then it placed it in parentheses. Okay. So it's summing D10 and D11 together. So let's go into challenge 1. Is there anybody that would like to share their screen and be the challenge 1 participant or candidate? Okay. And basically what I would like to do on this challenge 1 is I would like to multiply across and then figure out a total sum down. So anybody? To share your screen and try to figure that out? Oops. Equal. Oh, hi Brenda. Thank you. Oops, somebody's, would anybody know? Tessa, you want to?
I can try. I definitely don't know what I'm doing.
Right. That's not what you're doing?
I said I don't know what I'm doing, but I will definitely try.
That's okay. That's okay. We don't have to know what we're doing. I'm going to stop share. You are co-host, so you can share your screen.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay. Can you see it okay?
I can see it great. Thank you.
All right. So you said that we start by pressing equals. So that tells it that I'm ready to start a formula. And you said that we're multiplying instead of adding this time, right?
Well, it looks like somebody already multiplied across. So if you go up to the 107.80, can you click on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So right now, oops, I may have to escape.
I'm on the copy, so I'm not like messing with the main one. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Oh, you're on a copy. Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and delete back out. I'm sorry. I just want to check one thing. I'm sorry. My brain works at a different speed than yours probably. Okay. So just clicking on the 107 D4. Yeah. Click on D4 for me. Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay. So if you can see at the top of the URL, it says equal B. Is that D or B? Looks like a B. Oh, it is
B4 plus C4.
Okay. And are we multiplying? We're multiplying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's quantity 20 times 5.39, and that gives us the 107.80. And then I'm going to just, so you multiply that across, and then go down to does anybody have any questions on how Tessa accomplished that in those formulas? No. Okay. Now do your total. Now total them out. Show me how you were going to do that.
Okay. So we just wanted to add these together then, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to start with my equal sign. And then you showed us different ways. And so I'm just going to do it the way that you first showed us, which is selecting the first one and then putting the plus sign between and then selecting the next one. And then since there's 3, in my mind, it makes sense to do all 3.
Okay.
And then press enter.
Awesome. That's it. That's it. Simple formula, right?
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
That wasn't too bad. See, you did great. You did wonderful. Does anybody have any questions or kind of what Tessa accomplished in challenge 1? Pretty easy, not too scary. Okay, let me go back. All right, so complex formulas. I'm moving on to this complex formula tab. And in this case, it looks like we have multiplication around. Now, if you notice, I would like to kind of change it up a little bit. We need to figure out tax and what our tax cost is going to be, as well as our total cost. So this is a complex formula because we're going to be what? We're going to be adding this, but then we're going to have to multiply it to a tax percentage. And we're just going to make up a tax percentage. I don't know what it is. Okay. So one way to do that, how do we activate our formula? Equal sign, right? And see, Google Sheets is kind of smart. It's like, hey, you want to take the sum to D3 and D5, and it already kind of grabs it for you, which you can totally do. And basically that just totals it out, but that's not what we're trying to accomplish. April. Jeez. Okay. So let's see how I want to do this. I want to grab these one by one, plus, plus, plus. And then, but in this case, I think I need this around, or no, is it on the outside or inside parentheses? And then I want to multiply, right? I don't know what a tax thing is. We'll just do 0.55. So I'm adding D3, D4, D5. I feel like this doesn't need to be there, but maybe it does. I'm not sure, you guys. Is it on the outside? No, we cannot. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. Let's see if this works. Oh, it basically just did it for me. I don't feel like that tax is right, or that's right. Did y'all? Let's see. I'm doing something incorrect.
Not much better if you do like a 5.5%, the actual percent sign in there.
Is this Carmen Span?
Yes.
Oh no, I love Carmen Span. Do you want to share your screen?
I'm not even logged into the spreadsheet.
Ah, okay. Do you need me to chat it to you?
Sure.
Yay. Thank you. I'm so glad you came on.
You're so
Carmen,
funny.
Carmen, Carmen Span is our business director. So I'm
Couple days.
sorry, I
Couple
just
more
got
weeks.
lost. Give me a second, Carmen. Hang in there with me, you guys. Make co-host and voila. And I just chatted the information to you.
Hasn't come through yet.
It hasn't. The chat or the
Good job.
and it's in Zoom. I chatted in Zoom.
Oh, I'm
Or do you-
sorry. I was looking
Are you
at my
checking-
email chat.
Are you checking your other chat? Sorry.
That's what I was doing.
That's okay. Well, and we're becoming more familiar with Zoom as well.
Get back over there.
Oh, the pressure.
Did you say it was 5% tax?
Well, she was, I put 0.55. Do you want to share your screen? Have you figured it out, or are you working on it? And then we can walk you through.
I have something. I'll show what I have.
Okay, wait, hold on. Kendra, I gotta find you. Okay, plan B. Carmen, don't worry about it. I am making Kendra a co-host. She's gonna kind of show us where what she's doing or what she's working on.
Sounds good.
Awesome. And then if you can just help us through it, we'll be good to go. Awesome. Yes, I can see your screen. Okay.
Toolbars in the way. So I just put, that's the
Let's see.
formula right up here. I just added those three and then multiplied by 0.05. But you said,
Yeah.
but I didn't know what the tax was. So are you saying 0.055
Well, I mean,
is the tax?
yeah, I did 0.055. But I don't know. Carmen, do you have a suggestion?
I think
for-
you did 0.55, and I think the
If
zero
you was
is
doing
missing.
5.5, then yes, it would be a 0.055.
0.055. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Or
I think you're
use
just
my,
missing the zero.
okay,
here.
I was just missing the 0. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. And then, Carmen suggested just using parentheses, right?
The percent.
I mean, not
You just
parentheses,
do-
percentage.
Yeah, you could just put in a 5.5 and you percent.
And then do the percent.
Okay.
I can change it and see
Awesome.
what it looks like.
Yeah, let's change it up and
0.5.
see. I mean, we might as well just practice.
Percent.
Susan.
Yeah, something didn't work out with that one.
So Carmen, what, can you see that at the top, what she's working on? What are we missing?
So I did what she said and it didn't come out right. I don't know
Okay.
if there's something other, I mean, the decimal worked, so I'm just gonna stick with the decimal.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, unless you can
Oh,
get it
now
to
this got moved to percent.
maybe,
You don't need the sum
There we go.
if you're adding.
say that again, Carmen.
You don't. That sum, did you type that sum in there?
Yeah.
So you could do equals D3 plus D4 plus D5 without the sum.
Oh, you can. Okay, let's try that too. Let's see. And then enter. Yeah, that worked. So either of those would work. And then if you wanted to do a complete total,
Oops. Equals.
good job.
Oops. Oops, that's why.
There you go. Wonderful. Yay, Kendra. Awesome. Well done. Well done. Was that fun? Sort of. I mean, I don't think anybody appreciates or likes, or I don't know, maybe it's just me, spreadsheets. I mean, I guess some people live in it, but I don't. So I have to take things very slowly and really think about what I'm doing when working with complex formulas and how the program communicates with itself. So just understanding all of those rules. So okay, let me share my screen one more time. I think we have one more. It's 12:24. Does anybody have any questions so far? Are we kind of enjoying today's lesson? A little bit. Oops.
It's always good to see you, April.
Oh, thanks. Carmen. It's good to have everybody here. I really do love it. So, oops, catering. I was going over to catering subtotals. So this one's just a little bit different before we start our final challenge. Does anybody want to kind of tackle this one? You have unit price and quantity and figuring out a subtotal and then multiplying the tax. Is anybody feeling dangerous? Dangerously amazing on a Google Sheet spreadsheet? No?
Mine automatically filled it all in for me, so I didn't need to plug in any formulas.
You didn't? It kind of just figured it
No.
out?
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing about Google Sheets, which is nice. It kind of, it's like, hey, I think you're headed in this direction. And so it kind of is intuitive a little bit. So it pulls that formula for you. That's not going to always work, but yeah, I think that's a great tool to use. It's just that auto population. It's saved me, I don't know how many times, but Okay, let's move on to challenge 2 real quick because we're running out of time. It is, ooh, this may be a Carmen one because this is total with percentages and a discount of a total with 20% discount. So basically the line totals, we're gonna need to summarize that, but then figure out what the cost would be or the total would be. Okay, bye Kendra, thank you so much for coming. Have a great day. Aw, I like her a lot. That was great. Okay, anybody? No? No one wants to tackle this one? Brenda, Carmen, Stacy, Susan? No? Okay,
We can do it.
you can do it? Okay, so walk me through how you would do it. That's okay,
I
Brenda.
would,
Okay,
in that cell. I
in this
would-
cell right here,
that's on the right
E6.
Screen. No,
Do you want to share? Do you want to share your screen?
okay, I can do that.
And stop sharing mine. I believe you're still co-host. Yes. And do you still have the link to the doc?
Yes. I
Okay.
see.
And then when you're in your Zoom screen, oh, you got it. You've got it. Good job. Okay. May want to pull it over a little bit.
I can't
Okay.
pull it over.
Can you grab the very top and just kind of, yeah, it's off center, so it's kind of hard, but I can move this, never mind. Okay, so show us what you want to do. Sorry, I had to move my Zoom stuff around.
Yeah, how do I move this? I don't know.
Well, you got to grab the very top of the box and click and where the gray bar is. So you're moving your whole screen or what's open right now. No?
Oh,
See where see how it says Google Sheets complex formula at the top where the tab is? See how that's kind of has the plus sign and it's gray, this little gray area? Or just the top of you should be able to slide it right over. That's weird. It's okay. I can see it.
Mm.
We're good.
how about
Oh,
that?
there you go. That works. Perfect.
Okay, so total with 20% discount.
Yeah.
And I would go,
Mhm.
I would sum that,
Okay.
copy that,
Okay.
minus parentheses, paste, times 20%, close parentheses,
Hmm. Oh,
right?
wow. Great. I love that. So okay, so you took the sum, the total, minus the sum again times, oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. That's awesome. See, I would have never done it that way, but I love it. I learned something new. And the percentage worked. Perfect.
It did. Mhm.
Okay. Can you show us again with a 30%, please, ma'am?
$30 off.
I mean, $30 off. Oh, it's
And if I
$30.
copy that, I'll just
Okay.
paste it here and go sum,
Plus, right?
nope, minus 30.
Dollars. Okay, there you go.
Whoops, that didn't work. Sum D4. Oh, that's because it changes when you copy. 3, whoops, 3 through 5.
3 through 5.
3 through 5. Sum
Hmm.
D 3 through 5 minus
Sum
total with 30% off, $30 off discount.
minus 30.
So you want $30 off of the 20% discount? Is that what that means? Or what is the?
Yeah, you know
exactly
what,
does
that's
that
it.
mean?
That's no, I would say that's the total of your line totals, 45, 80, 68, 70, 79, 80 minus 30. I mean, why can't I just do
So if
that?
it's just 30, if you're just taking off 30, then you just
Right.
subtract 30.
Okay, and see what it does. Yes.
But if you're taking an additional 30 off of your discount, you would take D6
That one.
and then go
Mhm.
ahead and minus
Okay.
30 off of that.
Okay, let's try get rid of that one. Let's try to do it if we're doing the total with the 20% discount minus the $30 off. So taking that formula, right? And then let's complicate it a little bit more. Yeah. All right. And then minus that 30 out of there.
Yeah, but it changes my numbers,
Oh,
changes my
sorry.
cells when I drag it like that, because you're not using dollar signs.
Well, and that's something that is really great, and to keep in mind whenever you're working in spreadsheets is just to constantly, I mean, look at your formulas, you know, because something just may be a decimal off, like we experienced with the tax thing. So,
Or the easiest way would just be to go equals D6 minus 30.
right,
So,
exactly. So there's always a lot of different ways to accomplish it, but you know, that was great. Thank you so much, Karma. Okay.
you're welcome.
I'm going to exit full screen. Well, great. Well, that's kind of all I'm reading that as 30 off the discount. Okay. Yeah, Susan. So we kind of worked it both ways. Does anybody have any question of kind of what we covered with simple and complex formulas? It's really just understanding the order of operations, and reviewing that and making sure that you understand that order of operations, and you should be able to just accomplish anything at that point, you know. But again, it takes a little time, but it is 12:35. I apologize to you for running 5 minutes over. I know your time is precious. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.